Look. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for rocking out with the Multiplayer Podcast. People are still joining as we speak. A little late behind. I do apologize for that. My PC, my $12,000 PC, updated without my permission. So
oh my God.
So it'll take a little while to get that together. Anyway, what's the first thing before we get too deep into the show? D, what you got going on with yourself on your channel? What's going on? Talk to me.
Well, I recently did an OLED versus QLED comparison video.
Seen it. Good video. I see you out there working, boy. I see you working.
Yeah, man. And honest to tell you, I was quite surprised by the results. As some of you know, I am a Samsung guy, but man, that LG just was too good, man. And sitting in my living room right now.
Okay. So wait. Where do I sound clear to you guys? Am I good?
Oh yeah, you're
good. Okay, let me ask you a question. Where do you game? Your office, your room?
So I kind of game everywhere. I'm not gaming too much in the office right now. More in the living room. More in the living room and in the odd time in the bedroom.
Okay. Okay. All right. So what was you gaming on before?
I was gaming in the living room before too, but I was gaming on my HU 8500 with the SEK box, so it made it have like HDR, but it's like a 4-year-old TV, so it was time for it to be upgraded. And the fucking OLED is just beautiful, man. The HDR, the contrast, I can't say a bad thing about it. It like when you play video games on it, the motion is just crystal smooth. It's just butter smooth, man. And it has even has a PC mode. You could do 1080p 120 hertz, so that's a nice bonus too.
So what's the model of this one? What model is this?
This is the B7.
Okay, what they have the C and the B. What's the difference?
The B and the C7, there's no difference. The only difference is the stand.
Same spec wise?
Yeah, exact same spec wise. It has the same sock, same screen. Everything is exactly the same except for the stand. And I think the C7 is like exclusive to like Best Buy or something like that. But then the E7 is it gives you the same picture quality as well. The E7 has a little bit more glossy filter on the screen, so it might look a little bit crispier, a little bit, but I don't know, that's subjective. But it has a nice soundbar that comes with it. It has like an Atmos soundbar. And
then inside the box, or
yeah, so it's inside the box, yeah.
Oh wow! All right.
Yeah. And then of course you got the wallpaper one, the W7. That one is just like
wait. You got the D, the C, and the W.
So you got the C, you got the B, you got the E, and then you got the W.
Damn.
Yeah, and the W is like wallpaper. Like it's literally like paper. It hangs on by magnets. It's pretty amazing. You can bend it.
What are we talking about price wise? 55-inch.
55-inch. Let's see. You could probably find, or close to Black Friday, you could probably find one for about $2,000. Maybe if you're lucky, $1,800.
Hey, bro, I'm Black A Friday, man. Okay, what? So, I 50. What about 2,500?
For which size?
55-inch.
The 55-inch right now in my country, it's close to 2,500. So I don't know. In the States, it's like maybe $2,000 or something like that. So like on sale, you might get it at like 1,800 to 1,700 when it on Black Friday. The 65-inch is about 4,000 in my country. So I don't know. I would say maybe 3,500 in the States, something like that.
Oh, okay.
And on Black Friday, you might see that one go down to maybe about 2,800 US, something like, maybe if you're lucky, 26.
All right. So again, so this is what you're no more Samsung. Your Team LG all the way to go now. Team LG.
No, well, this truth be told, I think LG is gonna win the short-term battle. So I think they'll win for this year, and I think perhaps they'll win for next year. And then I believe Samsung's gonna come out with their QLED, which is a real self-emitting display, similar to what OLED is doing. So each pixel will be individually lit, and then they won't have the pitfalls that OLED has. So it'll be able to get extremely bright, and of course maintain the perfect blacks and that contrast ratio. And you know, at that point, I would think it would be superior technology to the OLED, because OLED can only get so bright, and as fantastic as it looks, it does die over time because it is organic, and you know you don't have to really baby it, but at times you want to make sure you don't put it always at its full brightness because they have measures installed to prevent burn-in, but there is still a small possibility of it, and QLED of course would wipe that possibility out because it wouldn't have burn-in. So
all right, Porter Rock,
what's up?
Talk to me, good brother. I seen you out there by yourself, schizophrenic style, out there shot like Porter Rock can do about a half-hour show by himself. What you got going on, bro? Talk to me.
No, and chilling. You know how it is. Talking about gaming, talking about PewDiePie's bullshit. Fucking just now, fucking Switch got MPD again. Fucking outsold fucking PlayStation and Xbox. Same old, man.
Hey, I just want to add to that. I saw that the Switch is getting NBA. It's also getting WWE SmackDown. It's also getting Doom. I'm seeing that it's actually starting to get some third-party games. And you know what? As much as I've dogged them, I got to give them a hand of applause here, a round of applause here, because that's amazing. They got third-party games on their system. They haven't done this since I can't remember when.
Wait. The only person that's not admitting to eating crow is.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I admit I was wrong, bro. This shit's here for staying. This shit's a success. We ain't gonna be like, oh, let's wait a whole 2 years. Nah, it's done. This shit's already certified.
I'm gonna say this, right?
Console certified, dog. That's it.
I gotta step in and do a correction. The Wii U got third-party support. Those guys didn't buy the goddamn games. I mean, they did. They got the Injustice. They got everything for the first 2 years. They just didn't buy it. They didn't support it. And also, to go back about the 2K, it's fucking 30 frames. The game looks like dog shit, literally. Like poop, like a pooper scooper. Kudos to those guys right there. You know what I mean? Mash, you back, Mash?
I'm here, brother.
Talk to me. What you got going on?
Just YouTube grind, daily videos, still popping all the time, still taking off heads of anybody who trying to debate. Anybody, it don't matter who it is, you can all get this work. Right, every single one of them. Repping the broadband bullies to the death. So how it get down,
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm here grinding.
Okay, like I just said, came in. But here's a question. So we're gonna start the show right now. Anyway, they're shitty intros. Question. The name of the title of the show. Xbox loses another exclusive to Sony, or period. What game am I talking about? I'm talking about Curse, Match of the Brotherhood. Now, and some of you guys may have to help me out here if I'm not mistaken. Didn't Microsoft own that studio at one point, or they cut them loose or laid them off? They did Max. Let me go to the actual thing here. But for those, talk. Yeah.
Is it Max Curse in the Brotherhood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Max Curse of the Brotherhood.
Well, I gotta say that is an excellent game.
Yeah, it is for sure.
You know what? From the developer's standpoint, if more people can see what they've created, I think it's good for them. And you know what? This one doesn't bother me because this came out on launch on Xbox One, and the PlayStation is just getting it now. So whatever.
But again, what's this guy's name here? Max. Wire Production. I'm trying to look at the name of it. Flashbulb Games. But anyway.
I remember Microsoft, him saying that Microsoft helped fund it, and without them, he couldn't have made this game. Something like that. I remember.
Yeah, along those lines. Yeah. It was $20, a decent game. What set out to me, what you call like those Pixar type graphics, very, very pretty game. I don't know the resolution or what frames in it, but it's a nice looking game. It's okay. What I mean, and after the game, did I care? How you say? What Phil say? Were you mad because someone else gets to play the game? What he told crap? You're not gonna buy it because someone else gets no. But looking at both of these platforms, the Xbox and the PlayStation, they share about 97% of the same games. As far as multiplats again and all that stuff, multiplats and indies. But it's the exclusives that gives these consoles its identity. I don't know what type of deal or whatever the case that when Microsoft do their games than Sony, because you look at a game like you say Street Fighter, right? Which had lackluster, so we can all agree on that. And I'm okay with it. It looks okay to me. I'm okay. I like what do you call it? Street Fighter. I like the game. but we all know this so horribly, right? But that game was not coming to the Xbox. Like I said, I don't know what type of deal that Microsoft does. Why they just can't lock the game down and let that be that? You know what I mean? And am I looking too much into it? But I guess, what's the deal with that? You know?
I know. Well, this one in particular is because Press Play is no longer first party. So in order for Press Play to stay alive, they ain't had no choice. Like, because Press Play, they were a first party studio, and then they split off last year. So since this is their only game, in order for them to keep the doors open, they ain't got no choice but to go to as many platforms as humanly possible.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I don't. Said okay, Makers just joining in, Garrett. They're here.
They messed around, had that on the Wii U.
I feel like it'll be a Switch game.
Yeah.
Garrett, how do you feel about talking? What's going to talk to me?
Oh man, you said what is this game again?
Max Curse of the Brotherhood.
Yeah, played it?
Curse of the
Pretty
Brothers?
good.
Nah,
20
I
bucks.
haven't played it, bro.
Pretty good.
Nah, bro.
Mm.
Nah,
Actually, the graphics
bro.
are on point, man.
It's a good game. It's just it's a decent game. It's just it ain't one of those things I'm like, oh my God, why did you do this? How dare you? Like
Again.
take it or leave.
Hold up, didn't you say this came out a long time ago?
The
What
overarching
game was y'all talking about?
Max Curse of the Brotherhood. I understand the overarching issue.
What's going on with Max and the
why
Brotherhood?
they can't lock down stuff.
Oh, is it going to the PlayStation or something?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, that game was a launch game. That game is 4 years old. Why would anybody care?
No, again, let me say it again. Okay, not that I care. Disclaimer. No, it's great how you say if other people get to enjoy and play the game. Okay, that's not the issue. What I'm saying is this: you have the Xbox and the PlayStation, which share about 97% of the same catalog, same games. And again, it's the exclusive to give these consoles its identity. My question that I'm asking is, if whatever I don't understand what type of deals that Microsoft do, where their game is always I don't have to buy it, so come out on whether PC is going to come out on PlayStation somewhere down the line. And it's not the same case with PlayStation. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they didn't have games that go over, but you look at a game like Street Fighter. I like the game. I know you don't really care for it, Mega. And we all
it's a great game. Graphically it's fun. I mean, I
like it. Period. I like Street Fighter. But what I'm saying is this, and we all know the game didn't sell well, right? But that game it's not going to the Xbox, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is this, and I say this again, why they just can't again lock the games down or because again, they are in their business to sell hardware, and a lot of people do feel like there's no need for me to buy the Xbox because they don't have any true exclusives. I can get it on PC or on PS4 somewhere down the line. Is what I'm saying.
I think that's overblown because as we're seeing that Lawbreakers, what we're seeing with Street Fighter, because even though they, the PlayStation have so many games out, so many consoles out in the wild, they're still suffering, and they needed that group of gamers that like those type of games on the Xbox side. But regardless, if they're hampered and they can't make those moves because they're tied into what Sony's doing, then that's hurting them. That won't ever happen again. See, you know what I'm saying? Street Fighter is really going through a hard time, and I'm actually thinking that could be the reason why Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is going through the problems that they're going through, because nobody's really talking about Marvel vs. Capcom compared to Dragon Ball Z Fighters. So it's a catch-22 because you want to go to where you think to where all the gamers are going to be at so they can play, so they can buy your product, but it's not so much necessarily happening. If the games started selling on the PlayStation are the multiplats and the known multiplats and those single player games that are exclusive to Sony. All the rest of those games out there, they're not doing as well, because I would like to really see the numbers of Destiny. I think maybe Destiny, even though the physical sales are down by a bunch, by 60%, but I want to see if more Xbox gamers bought it than PlayStation fans. I don't know. I would like to really see what those numbers are. But I think that what you're saying is a little convoluted because of the fact that it's not because this game, Max of the Brotherhood, is a 4-year-old game. Okay. Nobody wouldn't give a damn if this was Street Fighter 5 coming to the Xbox 4 years later. What? Nobody couldn't. 4 years later, and Street Fighter 5 comes to the Xbox, anybody would try to open their mouth and say, we got your exclusive. Kill yourself. What are you talking about? That's 4 years.
No, it'd be an L. It'd be an L simply for the fact that Sony paid for that game. Do you know what I'm saying? And they did say that Street Fighter 5 is not coming to any other platform but on PlayStation. If that comes to Xbox, that's an auto L.
So
Man.
4 years later. 4 years later.
Megan, I don't think
Nobody's not caring 4 years later.
Yeah, of course.
Nobody.
Of
So
course.
okay, that, you know what I'm saying. So even for any Xbox fans that would go out, let's say that hypothetically that is true, and that happens. Any Xbox fan that would go out there and try to rub that into Sony's face, that's ridiculous. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's not even an argument. 4 years later, so Mexican Brotherhood is just no, man. I'm not even tripping on this.
Okay.
I mean, you know,
let me
say
say like this. Oh, yeah, go.
I think I'm gonna rock with my boy K Mega on this. Like, come on, man, it's 4 years later. I already heard like a lot of Sony fans say they don't care about which games go to PS now because they're old games. Like, come on, man, it's 4 years.
No. Here's the thing. Let me reiterate what I'm saying. Okay, I understand that it's 4 years. Okay, but what I'm saying, if you're looking back and you're comparing the catalog between we are talking about exclusives, right? Okay, exclusives, right? And what I'm saying is, regardless of how big or how small the game is, am I botting or is that me? I like it's botting. But what I'm saying, the most people feel as though there's no need to get an Xbox because they can get those same games, those set games, maybe a year down the road or whatever the case. As far as Sony, they do better at maybe you can just holding on to their exclusives, you know what I mean, and them staying on that platform is what I'm saying. You know, I'm quite sure I don't even get an Xbox. I can get it here, or it may come out to the PlayStation. I'll give you an example, right? With PUBG, right, which everyone's talking about, you know, it has a lot of hype. People, you know, and which could be, like I said, what you call a console seller. You know what I mean? The fact that, again, it's up, and I do believe it on PlayStation, and you know what I mean, and they're not doing the deal and locking it down, or they can't do. Like I said, I don't understand what's saying locking your game down. You know, man, I understand it's an old game, and I really don't care. I'm just talking about overall in the grand scheme of things is what I'm saying. It was just last week. It was what Dead Rising 4. This week is Max Curse of the Brotherhood.
When Nier Automata and when Hellblade comes to the Xbox,
I don't think they're coming.
Yeah, they are coming. It's already they've never said no, and PlayStation have never came out and said officially that it's never coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but here's the thing: they were announced kind of as time exclusive and stuff.
Yeah,
like that,
they were announced because when they asked, they were saying, well, we'll leave it all on the table, and we didn't understand at that point when I brought this up last summer and got laughed at. In Bang Bang, because when I brought up the point, I said some games are going to come, just like when we brought up about PS Now coming to the PC. You know, Sony has a weird way of saying what is accurate and what isn't.
Sony are pretty much straightforward. With Microsoft, like take last year with Dead Rising 4, they were all posing and chilling with Capcom,
I know MVP that you
IGN.
This is the multiplayer MVP, and I know that you want to go into this. You want to go left. We're talking real. We're talking real shit. We're talking facts.
Why is facts going left, bro? Why is facts
going
left,
on.
bro?
8 teraflops. 8 teraflops. That's the truth. 8 teraflops.
I didn't say nothing about 8 teraflops.
Yeah.
I'm playing. You know what? I'm playing games.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing with the 8 teraflops. See, what's funny is everybody's pushing that shit on Sony, but that's AMD Vega tech that's being talked about. That's not a Sony.
That was
their tech.
It was a Sony guy talking about that.
Right,
yeah,
but
he's talking about it.
Talking about
so you're saying that Mark Cerny is not?
He's talking about tech. They adopted. He's talking about tech. They adopted. That's AMD tech. That's in the Vega. That's their shit.
Okay.
That little rapid pack math that belongs to AMD.
Yeah, but that doesn't negate the fact that he's with the bullshit about it making it.
It's not bullshit. I'm not bullshit. That's AMD's tech.
It's their tech. Fan base.
No, let's not get it twisted here. The rapid math. It will improve some areas, like maybe some foliage, little parts of the game where it can double the compute, little parts, not the entire game. So this 8 teraflops that it's gonna of complete compute is a bunch of bullshit. It's just for certain aspects of the game that'll alleviate some of the load on weaker hardware or on hardware that's not as capable or whatever. Just improve the performance in certain areas, not the entire game. So you cannot tout, hey, it's going to make it 8 teraflops, because it's not. It might make the fucking grass look better. That's about it.
Okay, and another thing, and another point. Okay, let's but hold on, MVP. Let's get away from the 8 teraflops and let's talk about Watch Dogs. And on their packaging, they were saying the game was 1080p, which was a lie. Let's talk about also what's that?
Let's talk about the cloud.
Yeah, oh man, we can talk. Hey, the cloud is real.
Talk about
the cloud is real. The cloud is real. When I go in here and I save games,
what game are you using the cloud for?
I say it on the cloud.
Using the cloud for Crackdown.
I see when I'm playing Madden. I put my stuff. I put storage and shit into the cloud. When I'm playing the franchise mode, you can use the cloud. It gives you an option. You can use the cloud, or you can go with the.
How different is that? How different is that than the?
But no, you asked me a question. Now it's right there in your face. You watch commercials and you can see the cloud. That's a real thing.
Cloud computing.
He's talking about cloud computing in terms of destruction.
What we haven't seen that game, but also there got to be some form of cloud computing with Battlefield 1.
We're 4 years in.
We have to have some
kind and there's still not a practical.
Come on, bro.
So Battlefield, there's still not a practical use of cloud.
That doesn't use any type of cloud computing.
Titanfall, the original Titanfall was using cloud computing. So was
for those terrible bots. For those terrible bots.
For those terrible bots.
Actually, hold up, pause. Hold up.
That's something that works.
MVP, listen. Titanfall, on original Titanfall, the AI is way better than Titanfall 2, bro.
Everyone was dissing those bots. Everyone was,
and nobody want to hear that.
Complaining that they exist.
Everyone was dissing those bots. Come on, you're not going to try and tell me that those bots were dope.
Yes,
everybody was.
Yes, I'm telling you, it wasn't that smart on original, but they're worse on Titanfall 2. Do you play Titanfall?
Come on, man.
But everyone was
exactly. You don't play Titanfall, bro. You don't know. You gotta play to know, bro.
Wait. What you saying?
You play to know, bro.
What you saying? MVP ain't from the hood? Calling
MVP out here frauding, bro.
Anyway, no. Let's get back to the point. Okay.
Right, what's the point? Talk.
The point that I was just trying to make is that
get it to us.
When Hellblade and when Nier Automata, I'm more certain about Hellblade is going to come to the Xbox more than Nier, because it's how successful Nier has been. But I'm still looking like it's going to come that way to the Xbox as well. You know what? It's about money at the end of the day, and Sony doesn't have those properties locked down. It's up to the third parties, and the fact that the Xbox One X has got a lot of developers now looking in a positive way towards Microsoft.
Okay. Can you name some? So can you name some exclusive games which are coming to the Xbox One X from third party developers?
There's Conan. We got Conan, you got Path of the Exiles. Those games are already there. Great games. Matter of fact, I'm level 30 on Path of Exiles. You need to check that shit out. That's some real shit. Really good game. The grind is real.
Are those exclusive games?
Yeah, right now they are exclusive. They're not on PlayStation.
And they're not on the PC either.
Well, so now PC.
You shout out, bro. You shout out, bro.
PC is included. Is included to this now? Is that what we doing now? I thought PC was its own entity.
What's the word exclusive?
I mean, because if that's the case, you know what? Hold on. I know my PC lives matter, but my fact of it is I can still turn on my PC and I can see plenty of PlayStation games coming down the pike. And you know what I'm saying? That's on the PC. So you better tread lightly, because there are
Horizon Zero Dawn. Can you see Horizon Zero Dawn? Can you see Horizon?
Listen, can you see Horizon? You heard him?
Can I see Halo on there? No, I don't see Halo on.
Nigga, can you see Bloodborne? Nigga, can you see Bloodborne?
Oh man,
Bloodborne. Nigga, can you see PlayStation now? In Bloodborne on PlayStation now? Yes or no? In Bloodborne on PlayStation now. In Uncharted on PlayStation now.
No, Bloodborne's not on PlayStation now.
Okay, Uncharted is.
Uncharted, the remastered, the Uncharted collection, but not Uncharted 4.
Is it not Uncharted?
Well, I'm saying is 4. Can I play 4 on PS now?
So now
but it will be. That's the problem.
Let me put it. Let me tell you something. Hold up.
Y'all think this shit ain't coming. Sony about making money. Y'all think they about y'all. They don't give a damn about y'all.
I agree. Listen, I agree about me. I mean, besides the console, I think the PS Now project is a fucking failure. All right. They're trying to boost it up, and look what they did to boost it up. They put Killzone and Uncharted collection. If they were really serious about PS Now, then be serious about it. Put more new shit on there.
Well, the new shit is going to be coming on there. I mean,
if new shit was gone, they could at least put Bloodborne on that thing, because that's a game actually PC gamers want to play. PC gamers don't want to play no Killzone.
These games are good. You know what I'm saying?
That shit.
Well, you know what? It's going to be. Look. Y'all beloved Persona and Yakuza is coming to the PC. Is coming to the PC. Sega has confirmed it.
Yeah.
So I mean that's what. So again, don't come to me about look PC.
Yeah,
is
but those
a
are third party
I've been
games.
saying. I've been saying
Here's my thing. In terms of exclusive, if people are concerned about exclusives on your platform, on your preferred platform, that is why having a huge or a decent sized first party studios is important. Because there's none better that's going to take care of your platform in multiple angles. They're going to make sure the exclusive you make stay exclusives. And not only that, if there's anyone that's going to bring out the very best out of the hardware it's given, it's going to be your first party studios. There's nothing better than internal development studio. Third party, you're going to get what you get. One day, yeah, they're sleeping in bed, whatever. Then the next minute, they use the money and the help you gave them, and now they're putting it on another platform. You can't trust third party. Because they have no allegiance to a console, because they don't care if a company feels their console is the best. It doesn't help them. They don't own that platform. They don't make it. They don't manufacture it. They're going to do what's best for them at any given time. One day they're in bed with Sony. The next day they're in bed with Xbox and vice versa. Look at Capcom. Capcom was sucking Microsoft's dick all last gen. All last gen. All right? Xbox, well, Street Fighter would not have been an exclusive to PlayStation last gen. If anything, they made more exclusives for Xbox than the PS3. But now the roles reverse. It's you.
Are you calling third party developers thoughts?
This is why first party studios is so important, because those are the only ones that's going to take care of your platform. None better than your own studios. And if you don't have enough of those studios to pump out games, then you're going to be put in this hole where shit just goes sideways. That's just the reality.
Let me say this, right? And because everyone brought up valid points, right? And going back to the initial original statement about far as Microsoft and their exclusive, we even had my man. Everywhere I go, that game has been confirmed not to come. It's not coming to the Xbox platform. You know what I mean? It's not coming to the Xbox. Shenmue 3. So again, like I said, with these two consoles sharing so much of the same, I said, with games, or Switch, like I said, multi-plats, right? And you, like I said, there are the exclusives, and whether how old the game is, whether how great the game is, I'm not debating that. I'm just saying it seems like presently, but Microsoft can't hold on to these games, whether how old, how dated. You know what I mean? It's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know what type of deals that they're doing. You know what I mean?
But that's only because this gen, they're not the #1 platform for game sales like last gen. Last gen, they had more authority and control of the exclusives and what goes in. That's just how it is. No, that's how it is every gen. The #1 platform is the one that benefits the most.
The reason why I say no to that, right? And you are making it wrong because the original Xbox got his teeth kicked in, and those games stayed on the console. So that's not even the case.
It's probably it's probably not in their few right now. You gotta understand, they so far behind. I ain't looking in the bag.
Ninja Gaiden did a PlayStation port into the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, but that was on the Xbox.
That was on the first Xbox for a while.
I would say this. OG Xbox benefited from the fact that Microsoft benefited. OG Xbox benefited from the fact that Microsoft was willing to take a loss on Xbox because they want their foot in the door. So they paid for a lot of stuff, but they expected to lose money to get into the business. They're not doing that now. They're not trying to lose money for anything now. They've been in too long. This is their third generation. They're not trying to hear about losing more money.
But the one thing that you guys keep forgetting, one thing that you keep forgetting is about the situation that happened for the beginning of the Xbox One this gen. You guys, I know you all keep reminding us of everything that was the negative, but you're not talking about.
But people have given Microsoft another chance. People have given Xbox another chance. It's just that they haven't delivered.
Let me make a finish.
Let me finish this. While you over here talking about that, the people gave Xbox another chance. It was Xbox themselves turning everything around in order for them to be noticed again. After that debacle in 2013, which I'm sick of talking about. But the fact that what it is, it haunted them until now, where now the momentum is swinging back towards their favor. But it comes to that staff that so many people say that they can't stand and that they hate. You forget about you got a new boss coming into. If we all work, You know what I'm saying? You got a new boss. You got a new general manager. You got new people shifting. You are shifting your position. You think it's not going to be chaotic all in a matter of a year and a half? You do not think that that's going to cause a lot of situations, and plus the turnover that they had to go and the games that they had to get for later on. That's why everybody's talking about where's the games now. Well, if you want good games, these games has got to be made, and they're going to take time to make. You know what I'm saying?
Sony was in pretty much the same situation last generation, and they turned it around swiftly. Like with the first,
they didn't turn it around swiftly. They turned it around at the end of the generation, though.
No, they turned it around from Uncharted 2 from Metal Gear Solid 4 and Uncharted 2. Okay. That's when you saw things.
Those were already established titles. And when they actually started making the turn
with Microsoft, is because they came out to Gamescom with a relatively strong showing of games, and fam, we haven't even got 50% of them games yet. I'm not being deep. That's what's real. We gave them. It was around Gamescom. It was around Gamescom 2014 when Phil Spencer first turned everything around. He dropped the price of the Xbox. They dropped the Kinect. They've dropped the paywall they had with Xbox Gold, and the motive and the mantra was supposed to be about games, and they delivered. They had Scalebound, an ill new IP that we had never seen before. Yes. They had Sea of Thieves. That's not my thing, but I understand if that appeals to certain gamers, and that's something new completely for Xbox. And they even before that, they had shit like Sunset Overdrive. They were doing their thing, but here what? We haven't got over 50% of what they promised us. And Tuesday, there's Xbox diehards that are going to wait it out. But the majority of people are going to be like, nah, man, fuck that. We gave them another chance and they ain't delivered.
I don't know about all that.
Nintendo on the block. And now Nintendo on the block.
So
I don't know about
your point. So in 2013 and 2014, when Sony was announcing all the bullshit they released this year.
That's about to say
that the same thing? Like, I don't understand.
Now
Xbox is the problem, though.
Yeah, and some of those games, listen. Some of these games haven't even come out yet. They've been trolling us for years saying these games are going to come out, and they haven't come out yet. Sony just started to get games this year.
No, what?
Where the hell is Deep
Bloodborne
Down?
Was 2 years ago.
Deep Down was demoed before the PlayStation 4 came out. I don't hear nothing about Deep Down, but you guys want to bring up all the stuff about Xbox. The truth is that both companies do the same shit.
Okay, and also let me ask you guys. Let me ask you guys this question. Now, did Uncharted 4 did it benefit for being delayed? Yes or no?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Did all the rest, or did Neo benefit for being delayed
for 10 years?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, did it benefit?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Okay. So all the rest of I'm just saying, but Last Guardian I don't think did, because everybody knows that was patchwork. That was patchwork. But for all the games that's been delayed, for the most part, they benefit. So I don't understand why now people are trying to jump on Xbox, because they're taking a page out from Sony. You know what I'm saying? By saying, look, yes, they are. You do not look.
Deep Down doesn't exist, but in this place, we got Bloodborne, and we never knew shit about that at the beginning of the generation. And that's a series that's going to continue.
Okay, you're switching it up, MVP. The point of the matter is that you're switching it up. D just brought up about Deep Down.
What have Microsoft given us in place of Scalebound? What have Microsoft given us?
In all honesty, I would prefer Microsoft cancel a bullshit game.
Thank you.
Just to have it, just to say, we got an exclusive game, but it's shit.
Okay,
that would harm.
What would they give us in this place? What have we got in this place?
Well, if you pay attention, Phil said that they got new studios, they got new things in the pipeline. But if you know anything about anything, you know that it takes at least 2 years for games to be developed. So I would say that
we got nothing. We got nothing. But
I would say, can I finish talking, fam?
MVP on here acting up.
Now, I think
because those first 3 years, you got nothing.
This year, we're gonna see some samples of some of these games, some of the work that these studios are doing. And I think in the next 2 years, this will be a thing of the past. We'll have the games that we want, and they're kind of in a rebuilding stage. It is what it is.
Yeah, and who's to say the Scalebound is actually dead? Scalebound might come out to be something else.
How do you niggas still wait for this?
I mean, people thought that this is what I love about this podcast, and what I love about my naysayers is because I like to get the laugh. I like for everybody to laugh and enjoy it.
Just like you got the last laugh with another speaking fucking Killer Instinct 2, right?
I said that's a prediction. I said that was a prediction. Don't mean that it was factual. I mean, Jesus Christ. And who's to say Killer Instinct is still going to be coming next year sometime?
It won't be by NetherRealms, I'll tell you that
much. Did I say that was a fact, though? Did I say that was an actual fact? Did I say that was what my prediction was, that I was hoping for E3 prediction? We all do it.
You don't even play Killer Instinct.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try to be messy with that.
You don't play Killer Instinct. What are you talking about?
Whoa.
It's true. K-Mega don't even play Killer Instinct. We know that.
Who don't play Killer Instinct? I mean, look, I showed the gameplay on the next podcast just 2 weeks ago showing me playing Killer Instinct, whooping somebody that was a high level.
Nah, first time I played against K-Mega was in Killer Instinct, bro. He played Killer Instinct.
Come on, man. What are you talking about?
I seen him getting busy. I ain't lying, bro. I seen him.
You know what I'm saying?
What are you mad? What are you mad?
Can you whoop my ass?
I don't know. You supposed to be playing me in a fucking Street Fighter. I ain't seen you. I don't even play Street Fighter.
Podcast started, bro.
Hey, Z, my boy K Mega said, where Marlo at? They got K Mega down in these streets by his lonesome. Where MVP at? He ain't man enough to see me down in these Killer Instinct streets.
He's not want to see me in no Tekken or nothing, man. I mean, come on, man. You got an Xbox too. Don't be scared.
Well, I have a question again. We can go back now. All jokes aside, all trolling aside, hit that like button. But
support the channel, man. Hit that like button.
He put up some valid points. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest here. Fair is fair. Microsoft, I guess they had a horrible start, right? They tripped over what the announcement, their wording, right? As far as game wise, you know what I mean? We can Microsoft had, whether you like them or not, that's all subjective. They had more AAA quote unquote exclusives, right? But it's like McGregor, he came out fast. Then now Microsoft was slowing down, and it seemed like Sony is picking up steam. So, but I'm just saying, you gotta be realistic here, okay?
So you saying Microsoft's getting face shotted right now?
Lucky Tales, Zotaco.
Microsoft just tired, man. They need to get their second win.
Again. So, we've talked about this a lot, but going back to the original statement, you know what I mean? What I'm saying, or what I'm trying to get across, right, is that Microsoft, you're too big. You have too much money to be in the predicament they are when it comes to talent and games, AAA games. Like, you know what I mean? We're not talking about some small indie fucking, company. And again, I don't like the Switch. I think it's dog shit. But even for Nintendo to be able to have more, exclusive games this year, then Mike, I don't know what's bro. I brought this up 2 years ago. I don't know what's going on here. You know what I mean? The writing is on the wall. So will Microsoft turn around, or can they or are they willing again to spend the money to turn this thing around? I don't know. I'm not. Before I would say, oh yeah, hell yeah, Microsoft going to do it. I don't feel that confident anymore. I really don't.
What's going on?
Because that's my thing. I don't want it to sound like I'm hating on Microsoft. I'm not. All my thing is that I just want Microsoft to put the infrastructure. I just want Microsoft to put the infrastructure into making games and get rid of Shannon Loftus, because that Minecraft shit. They need to get rid of that chick, man. Ever since she's came around, that they've been on some stuff that just isn't beneficial to gaming.
Max Curse of the Brotherhood. Another one of the dumb shit.
What happened right there was Microsoft left release Press Play last year.
Yes,
they're no longer part of Microsoft Gaming Studio. So what they did was they transferred all of Press Play IPs to Flashbulb Games. Flashbulb Games is a studio that was created after Press Play got removed from
Yes, sir.
Microsoft first party studios.
Yes,
So
sir.
all the IPs, Microsoft let them have their IPs. And from there, that's how you get Max and the Brotherhood on the PS4. So at this point, they're not a part of Microsoft first party studio.
Okay.
It's not really an exclusive at this point. It really, at this point, it don't have no significance because they're a new found development. They just formed after being released from a major publisher.
All right.
You know, and the PS4 has the install base it has. They have to do something to, you know, generate some
damage control.
There's no damage control. That's just common sense.
Okay.
I know that's exactly how it goes.
Let me tell you something. Hold up. Them developers left Microsoft with their IPs.
Microsoft gave them their IPs. They could have kept them.
That's like a rap artist leaving Bad Boy with their publishing. Come on, bro. You gotta give them their credit, bro. Like,
Microsoft gave them
the hell out of Microsoft.
Oh, listen,
they could have kept them. They could have kept them.
Listen, you hopped in this podcast like Captain Saberho. Listen, very articulate. I get it, my man. You got some cheese in your crack up top. I get that. What I'm saying is this, right? Given the state that Microsoft is in right now, as far as owning studios, talent, you know what I mean? Now again, I'm starting to question, and I will have to say this in 2017. Maybe it's not.
But you was questioning this in 2016.
Well, no, this happened. They let them go and no, I'll start talking about this in 2015 when the whole thing
thank you. Yeah, it was a while.
Yeah, so I mean, sometimes he said next year will be a little ahead of the time, but again, I raised this question. You know what I mean? Given the state that they're in, as far as talent wise, and them look, if you don't believe me, this is just the truth here. What was going to be Microsoft's biggest game this holiday season? It's going to be what?
Crackdown.
Forza 7.
Crackdown.
Forza PUBG.
No, I'm talking about PUBG.
Don't disrespect Forza. I'm telling you that right now.
Forza PUBG.
No, definitely looking like Forza at the moment.
But now I'm telling you, it was going to be Crackdown. Crackdown was released in day and date with the X. Are we all in agreement with that?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Crackdown. Fuck.
Crackdown would. I don't think Crackdown would have been. You know, it would have got lost.
Again, I'm not talking about sell wise. I'm talking about
with all the big multiplats.
I'm not saying it. What I'm saying is Microsoft, their big game this holiday season was Crackdown, releasing day and date, the same day the X was coming out, the same day as Crackdown was coming out. Okay, so we can all be in agreement with that. Even the biggest game to date, what I'm saying, this holiday season, which was Crackdown, which we thought was going to see the cloud, and we've been hearing about for 3 years, it wasn't even being made by Microsoft. You know what I mean? It was, again, second party, Robo Studios, whoever the hell they are. You know what I mean? So when I raised the question of saying I'm not so confident with this new regime because they let, again, Press Play, they had a bunch of others, and they were working on some other type of open world type game, which looked promising, and they closed the door on them. Like I said,
okay.
What I'm saying is this: I'm not too sure. Before I would say, yeah, Microsoft will get it together.
All right, let me make a scenario for you. Okay.
After you do that, K-Mac, I'm gonna go right after you, brother.
All right, let me make a scenario. This is gonna be kind of odd because I like to watch a lot of animals, shows and shit. Okay, but let me just try to break this. Let me change it up. Not talk about the animal shit. Let me just say like this.
Oh boy.
Let's say that you just got with a new chick, right?
Oh,
okay. And the new chick still has her old man shit up in there.
Okay.
Now, are you still going to keep that old man shit, or are you gonna throw that shoot away?
I want to be a little mean. If I can fit it, I will.
Anyway, bro.
Can't make it wearing it right now.
He said, if I can fit it, I'm gonna wear it.
You damn right.
If an old man left that BMW, I'm driving it.
Hey, you know what? You know what I'm saying? That graphics card, that's what he left.
What you saying?
That potato chip.
You got what you're saying is Phil came on board. He's getting rid of.
You know what I'm saying? Look, you can tell this is kind of evident now after because we were all asking questions. We've been asking questions like, okay, you had Lionhead Studios, which I already kind of seen the writing on the wall. Microsoft's going to let them go, so because Peter Molyneux and all them was always they were dickheads. They were always thumbing their nose at Microsoft. So I kind of seen the writing on the wall with them. But with other companies and things like that, we're kind of like, why are they letting this go? Why are they letting it go? Because you know why. Your boy Donnie D made a lot of these deals. A lot of these things that caused the Xbox One X to have, the one to have so many problems with forcing the Connect and all these other things. They're kind of like, hey, we got to erase everything about that time and start anew. So that's exactly what you're seeing right now. So it comes down to studios with games that were supposed to be dealt with that they had. That's probably one reason why they didn't publish them as hard as and plus the turnover. It makes sense.
All right, riddle me this, right? And I'm gonna post it. You can have it right at this, okay?
All right.
Nigga, what you selling ain't buying, right?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk.
Donnie, we gotta stop going back and saying that you
do it.
No, I'm just saying. But listen,
I'm just saying you go back and do it.
I throw context of what I'm saying. Okay, we can't just keep going, and saying, oh well, because look what Phil had to do. What has Phil done? I don't understand. Again, well,
he turned the Xbox brand around. The Xbox One brand around.
What? We're in last place. Let's be realistic. We're in last place. We don't have any fucking true exclusives. Okay. Have shit third party.
When did we lose Halo and Gears? When did we lose those?
Nigga, stop that shit. Nigga, stop that shit, please.
When did we lose Forza?
Look at him with his Captain America shield.
When did we lose those billion-dollar franchises?
What you mean? They're not.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Z, I'll say this, Z. I hear where you're coming from, but in all honesty, if Phil didn't come in, we'd have no Xbox to talk about.
Let me nip this in the bud real quick. Because on one hand, you can't ask of Microsoft to gather a plethora of top AAA studios, right? You can't ask that of them.
It's 2017.
Right? Hold on, I'm not. Look. It's a difference between defending and common sense. Okay. I'm on the side of common sense right now, and I want y'all to get there with me. Okay?
Oh, here we go. Get there with me. All right. Let me go ahead and get the music ready.
Let's look at press play.
Okay.
They had Tentacles, Knoxville, Max in the Magic Marker, Tentacles entered the Dolphin, Max the Curse of the Brotherhood, Limber, right? What type of impact would those games? Hold on. Okay. What type of impact would those games would have had on Microsoft library? Come on now, let's be real. Okay, Microsoft Phil came in and got rid of all that shit.
Facts. Listen, you my man, right? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it has to be done. No, hey, Master, you gonna get these hands, nigga.
Talk to him.
Come on, talk to him. Come on,
right? They wouldn't have the impact. Motherfucking Lucky Touch with impact. Zoo Tycoon.
Look, hold on.
What are we doing here?
Hold on. No, we were talking about they lost another exclusive,
what I'm saying
which didn't have no impact from the beginning. Now, if I'm Phil and I'm just taking over a company, and I know in the past we have had studios that's been catering more towards Connect than AAA games that the fans is asking for. I have to clean house.
Okay, listen. What have you got in the place of that?
Give me 1 second, I promise. What was that last thing you just said? Games that cater to the Connect?
Cater to the Connect. They had a bunch of studios that catered to the Connect. You have to clean house if you want to get AAA. Go, come on. Let's talk about it, Z.
This man don't cater to the Connect. This Tycoon don't cater to the Connect. What are we doing here? But listen, before you put that cape on the hop of the porch, say this, I say this again. Under Phil, because we gotta be clear of this, okay? You want to say there will be no Xbox, and I ask you guys again because every game that we playing just for these 4 years came from fucking Donnie D. That's not my opinion. This is fact. Then someone told me, well, Phil is giving us no, Phil didn't give us shit. That deal, that $1.4 billion deal, that was made under fucking Donnie D. They covered multiple SOCs. So I raised the question again. Why are we saying, what has Phil done? And I said,
I got to disagree. Xbox One S.
There is no disagreeing. That deal came.
Xbox One S was made as an afterthought to try to recover from the initial Xbox One launch.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, here we go. Go ahead, post up. Go ahead, post up.
I'm finna get Z that work. Because he's gonna get that work on this show today.
Come on, let's go.
And you say Donnie. You also say Donnie D was responsible for all the games that we have this generation. The games have fucking really sucked. They've been kind of just on par. So you know what we need?
Hey, Voodoo Vince ain't no better.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something.
Okay, listen, be truthful. Every console need a super lucky team.
Listen to me. Hey, listen.
Don't act like that. You got plenty of them on PS4.
Listen to me. Listen. When I'm gonna tell you two posts before you give yourself this L. The same way I try to say deal with that cool shit, that 4K. I'm gonna do the same to you, brother. Now you can take it. You either can take this hand and let me pull you back up. Listen, or forever. I'm gonna say this again.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
That deal in place with AMD covered several SoCs. Okay. Several. Okay.
But it wasn't predetermined what it would be, though.
Again. Okay, I was saying maybe nothing these companies do, brother, is by chance. Okay, no one again.
Are you done yet? Post up need to go ahead and preach.
No. I'm gonna
let's go.
No, I gotta disagree with you because Phil
Green.
Let the man talk, man.
Let him talk. D. He gonna get that.
Phil came out
talk, D.
that we could have built a system just like
D. Let him talk.
We could have built a system just like the PS4 Pro, and they elected to wait.
So what?
And then release the Xbox One X, and that's why we got the Xbox One
GAME. That's my thing.
Yes, they had an agreement to do multiple socks, but those socks were not determined what they would be.
Are we gonna do this again? I'm not giving you my opinion. I have no reason to come here and lie. Trust me. Many things. I might be an unfaithful husband. I'm not. Listen, I fall short of God's grace every day. Lord knows. Okay. But I'm giving you a lay of my. I'm not. What I'm telling you is not my opinion. Now, when I say to you that this is not by chance, when these companies they say, "Oh, they don't just come out of nowhere. We're gonna just come." Sony said, "We're gonna give you a mid." No, brother, no. Okay, it doesn't work like that. Nothing doesn't happen by chance. We're talking about $1 billion fucking goddamn console. And what Phil? Listen, what you told me. What Phil said that we could have put out a console. Okay. They could have been on par with Sony or slightly more powerful, okay? The Xbox One X doesn't have Vega. It doesn't have Ryzen, okay? Let's be clear. This is real. Okay, so again, nothing stopped them from putting out that goddamn console the year before. They didn't have Vega or fucking Ryzen, okay? So going back to what I was saying to you, that's none of that shit is done by fucking chance. It was already fucking written. You know what I mean? That hey, we're gonna come out this. Well, you look like this, right? When they go into these meetings or these boards, okay, they have a fucking what you call a road to, a bump around the road. Okay, what they're gonna do? We're gonna release this here. Yeah, this
roadmap.
Okay. Bro, in 2013, they knew they was coming out with this here in 2017. Okay.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that I understand that, yes, they knew, okay, within 2 years we're going to release, or 3 years we're going to release a new sock, whatever. The point that I'm trying to make is that it wasn't determined what that sock would be capable of. Because AMD, the way it works is that they come with different type of silicones, different type of socks, and say, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what's available. What do you want?
Okay, right.
That's how it works. Phil was responsible for choosing the Xbox One S sock, and he was responsible for choosing the Xbox One S, not Donnie D.
And based on that contract, Z, without the stipulations, we don't know what those SoCs was. It could have been to cover the next die shrinkage for the slim Xbox One S, not necessarily a next gen SoC.
What did my man say? Of course, we're not in next generation. What did my man do? He said, hey,
you're talking too much. See, post up's about to preach.
No, nigga. You want to be coddled, nigga. You gonna get the truth.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, ain't no coddle on here.
Man, come on, man.
My opinion is my opinion. I have no reason to lie, my brother.
Z, don't get up out the corner, bro. Just chill. Come on.
No.
You said you kid in the corner with a foot on
stool. I'm not on the stool, bro.
Okay.
Yo, let's all just jump in.
You want to take the
I ain't gonna be kind, so I ain't gonna just let y'all be.
Listen what you're saying. Even with AMD saying that, this is, bro, they have a fucking, that's stuff nothing new. One thing NVIDIA has On their hand, they have more money to process and do with their technology and shit. With AMD, they don't have the same goddamn budget. I mean, but even with that, that's nothing new. I'm telling you that this shit here was already fucking in place. Planned.
Okay, so
I don't understand what we're saying.
Well, explain this to me. Okay, so if Xbox was in this category to just become a service, to just come out with just more multiplats and just keep the 3 big franchises, what would be the purpose of having the Xbox One X?
That's a valid question. Because even though
to make back all the money that they've lost so far,
they're not gonna make back money on no
hardware. They're not gonna make no money.
They don't make
hardware, especially hardware like
of course they are.
Not true.
We always
post up. Is it new technology?
They didn't take a loss.
It's new technology, but they're gonna take a lot.
It's not new technology.
They're not gonna make no money off their hardware, bro.
Listen to me. The Xbox and were not sold.
How many controllers have they dropped? They're making money off their hardware and accessories.
Okay, listen.
They not look. They make
these consoles were.
They make money off content. And
they make more. They make more money on
Xbox Live is their money maker.
Okay, fine. I'm not saying they're making but these consoles were sold at a profit from day one. That's why we have what you call these mid-generation. They were all.
Have you not put in consideration, Z? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm just saying, have you not put into consideration that maybe the new CEO was saying, because remember those rumors where everybody was thinking that they was going to get rid of the Xbox division, okay, or sell it off? Do you not think that this new CEO was like, look, prove to me, Phil Spencer and team, that this Xbox is worthy to still be a part of Microsoft, because we're going to push out Windows 10 and everything. Hold on, let me finish this. And then you don't think that Phil had to make this situation to where they're like, look, what?
You answer the question for yourself. They about to push out what? And that was the problem.
I don't know what y'all expect this man to do.
I mean, things happen overnight, boy.
I don't know what y'all expect this man to do in 3 years.
You can't make a game in 6 months and expect it to be a blockbuster. It doesn't work that way.
That's not what I'm saying, K-Mega, in post. Maybe I'll listen, okay?
Maybe they have to prove to them that they had to
not judge
the Xbox is still viable, that can make money, and it's making more money than Windows 10 now. So I think everything.
But okay, listen, I'm saying again, right? You can't. They was rolling out what? Windows 10. That's why we're in the predicament again, because what Microsoft tried to do or was doing was to piggyback this, their OS, which is Windows 10, off of this cool product in which they have, which is this console, which was the Xbox. Okay.
It's already run Windows 10 though.
Okay, so again,
every Xbox ran the Windows OS. That's not. Look,
okay, go back to last generation, right? All right, every Xbox ran the Windows OS. Okay, we gonna say 362. Okay, we ain't gonna go there. But anyway, going back what you said, okay, because 360, it is what it is. But what you just said, and you're still proving my point, because even with the when they had this new, what do you call it? Shout out to the $10 chat and donation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What I'm saying is that they try to pick, even though you Microsoft, if you want to say it always, but it wasn't though. When we have our E3s now, you don't just see the Xbox. You see Windows 10 and Xbox at E3. Everything's Windows 10 in the Xbox. Okay, so that was something with them trying to piggyback that off of this console here. Okay, and they doubled and they banged on this PC shit. Windows that the average console gamer don't give a fuck about. That Play Anywhere shit, it was a fucking bust. It didn't help fucking sell Gears. It didn't help sell fucking Forza. So it was a fucking bust. Everything that Phil has brought to the table this generation, besides you want to say taking the goddamn kick in the box, has been a fucking L.
I disagree.
Wow. I disagree too.
How? So the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X are L's?
Yeah, I know.
Not only that.
That's all.
Hold on. They're making more money in a quarter than Sony.
Do not. You can't.
That's an L.
Can I say something? Do not judge this man software wise. Let's judge this man off the decisions he made. All right. He chose to go with Xbox Live and hardware first. Right. He chose to do that.
Hold on.
Let's go post up. Let me post up time. Post up time.
He chose. Now with Live, we're able to with our games, we're able to refund our games. We got gifting coming soon. We got the wish list coming soon. We got a new technology to where they're able to shrink your game to consolidate space on your system and have it still playable. They also put a system in place where it streamlines your downloads. Depending on what system you're getting, it picks what you need at that time to consolidate space on your system. Xbox Live has improved. The UI has improved. Hardware has improved.
Good games.
Hold on. I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. He chose these first. He chose these first, right? So you now you got. Hold on. He chose services over game because whether you all want to know or not, that's where the industry is moving forward to a service-based industry. EA just announced what they're about to do. Look, EA just announced what they're about to do.
Chime in now.
Hold on. Can I finish? He chose those first. He chose Xbox Live.
I'll be right back.
Now you got a powerful system, the most powerful game console on the market now. Now we got rid of. Hold on, we got rid of all them studios that was putting out bullshit Connect games. Now
Disney Rush.
Now with
Minecraft.
With proof. Hold on. Now with proof.
$1 billion franchise.
Now with proof from Obsidian. Microsoft is looking to either hire or purchase mid to hire independent teams. They're looking. So we know they're looking. So we know Phil is not just sitting on his ass. Y'all asking this man to do in 3 years what is going to take longer to do.
What Nintendo have done in 6 months.
Nintendo shit in 6 years because the Wii U wasn't doing a damn thing.
Nintendo put out the same shit.
Nintendo wasn't doing nothing with the Wii U.
Nintendo put out the same shit every year and don't nobody say nothing.
Nigga, you been talking. Be quiet. You been talking.
Nintendo put out the same shit every year and don't say nothing, bro.
The way you took the whole lost that generation is just starting to come to with the Switch now. So don't go touting.
Come on, they had a whole.
They got their ass kicked.
One at a time. Everyone thought Nintendo were dead after the Wii U. That's facts. Everyone thought Nintendo were dead after the Wii U. There was no hype for the Switch. There was a little bit, but Nintendo, from these past 6 months, they've turned this shit around. Facts. They've got the third party support that they needed.
You know why?
They brought out their own exclusives.
You know why?
They did it in 6 months.
You know why?
Microsoft had since
you know why? NVL?
And they did shit. Now hold on. What I wanted to ask you at K Mega before.
You know why? NVL?
Hold on.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. The Xbox One came out around the same time.
Wait. Okay.
Hold on. Let me get this NVL. The most valuable.
Let him finish.
It's like alternative facts, man.
What the fuck are you talking about? People said that Nintendo needed third-party support. They fucking got that within 6 months.
The Wii U and the Xbox One launched around the same time. The Wii U. Hold on a second. The Wii U was a fucking disaster. So that was 5 years of it being a fucking disaster. Now they finally turned their fortunes around, and you're fucking tired.
They had a whole generation.
What are you talking about, man?
They had a whole generation to create software, bro. They had a whole generation, bro.
Coming out left, right, and center. If it was like that, they would have had third parties.
Nintendo didn't do a damn thing.
They did not.
What, 7, 8 months? And you talking about it's over?
They had a whole generation to prepare for the Switch because the Wii U wasn't doing shit. They had a whole generation to pay for.
Is that why there was only 2 games? Is that why there was only 2 games when the Switch launched? If it was what you said, they would have had a lot more.
Then they put out a remastered Mario Kart. They put out Zelda on 2 different platforms. They haven't put out a damn new game yet. What are you talking about?
The most valuable pedal, man.
Now tell me factually how Phil Spencer has grown the Xbox brand as far as market share and games.
Okay.
I can tell you.
Hold on. Let me just say this point right here, and then whoever can jump in here. Let me just say this: Xbox in 1 quarter
Oh Lord.
Made more money than Sony.
Money, man.
But no, but I'm just saying. He said, but no, he brought up the thing about the profit. You know what I'm saying? That's what's the important thing, because Phil Spencer had to prove to the Xbox heads it was Xbox still viable.
Listen, what their money and what they're making. How does it affect me or you?
You know what? It affects everything, because it's the same reason why Activision do the corny shit that they do. It's the same reason why other companies come out and they do the things and they change with microtransactions and things like that. The money is what makes those the industry runs now and publish. The games are coming, bro, and we got that.
How you know this?
Xbox got more games at the end of this year than PlayStation do. What are you talking about?
What are we hearing? Oh,
come on now. Xbox got more games coming out at the end of this year than PlayStation does.
What kind of dumb metric is that? How much?
I don't know.
Holy shit!
This work if he wants to.
Let me tell you something. Right now, we got so many games this year. We don't even have to play.
All right.
I'm gonna say my thing.
Go ahead.
Hit the like button.
All right. There's only two things Phil Spencer did right, and one of them was a no-brainer. All right, the first one that was no-brainer was remove Kinect from the bundle. We knew that before the Xbox One even launched. We were saying that shouldn't have happened. So I'm not going to give him props. The second thing he did right was to make sure Xbox One got backwards compatibility, because it wasn't there before.
That was dope.
That's it. Saying, oh, he improved Xbox Live. Microsoft always improved Xbox Live. Hold up. That was dope. No, y'all already had like 10 hours of bullshit. This is my time now.
I got on the pod.
Xbox since 2002 have the best online. That's always been the number one priority. Always. That's always been the number one priority. All right. Let me tell you what Phil Spencer fucked up at is he didn't prioritize or at least put in a top 3 game development. That wasn't on his radar. When the man said,
you can't say that.
I can say that because he said a few months ago, hey, I'm going to go to Japan to work on some deals in 2017 when he took over the job in 2014. Now, I don't know about you. It doesn't take 3 years to travel to Japan. Even on a commercial, low budget flight.
He went in Japan when they launched the Xbox One 2 years after the damn launch everywhere else.
Hold on.
This motherfucker
you cannot make that a definitive statement.
You dudes don't even really buy your Japanese games. Tell me, Puerto Rock. No. You want to sit here and try to talk that shit? Come on, Puerto Rock. Okay. Hey, look.
How much did
no. See, why
how much did Persona sell?
Who cares what Persona said? Persona, hey bro, Persona's been out for 21
all of those
years.
Games sold for $1 million.
Persona has been out for over 21 fucking years, bro. I don't want to hear about a franchise that's been out for over 21 years, and it couldn't even outsell a franchise of Dead Rising, especially when a Dead Rising 4 didn't sell worth shit.
Let's talk about it.
Come on, bro.
Let's talk about it.
Let me counter that. Let me counter that. You may not like Persona, whatever, because it doesn't. Listen. It may not. You may not.
I never said I didn't like the game.
It doesn't listen. You always bring up because it's been around 21 years. It's good at Final Fantasy. You just said that, which is fine. But you know what?
Fantasy this time.
Listen. You keep bringing up. It's been around for 21 years and it doesn't sell that much. Listen, it doesn't sell that much, but it's a consistent franchise that's been around for 21 years going back to the PlayStation.
Okay, bro, if you're going by the terminology about how you PlayStation dudes want to talk about how things are standard, man, Persona has not sold worth nothing. People would have thought that game should have been dead years ago by your standards, by you PlayStation, about how you do your videos, Puerto Rock, how you talk about numbers and sales and shit like that.
Talk about it.
Motherfucker, Persona would have been dead. So don't come to me about
hold on. Persona's around because the
question I'm going to ask you.
No. Persona's around because the game consistently makes profit and it makes that company's profit.
It makes a profit in Japan.
Every time. And notice. Persona's been around since the PlayStation 1. Where the fuck is your Fable? Huh? Preach to me. Where's your right?
Fable is the Fable with Fable. You know what?
Listen, Persona is a consistent franchise.
You know you're gonna get this work.
It's a consistent. There is no work. Here's absolute fact.
Fable is also Persona.
Persona's been around for 4 Fables.
and it's around long after
franchise has been out for 21 years, bro. Come on, man.
Bro.
Come on.
Persona's been around long before Fable, and it's long after Fable.
Hold on.
Facts.
So when Fable comes out, get it now. When Fable comes out,
it doesn't matter if you don't like Persona. If you don't like Persona,
your feelings tonight, bro.
But Xbox gamers like Fable, but you can't play.
When Fable gets announced,
you know what?
I'm gonna have this moment just for you. Because you know
it's so hard to play the buy.
got 2 L's.
You know what I'm saying? Right on it all day. But the PlayStation fans that want to play it, they have the opportunity to play it. But tell me, Post Up, let's talk about it. When you gonna play Fable? Talk about it.
First of all, hold on, let me talk. First of all,
let me talk. You're talking about a game that outlasted most Xbox franchises.
First of all, Xbox has only been out for 15 years. What are you talking? The franchise has been out for 15 years. Can I talk?
Sunset Overdrive.
There's some L's to be given out. It's some L's to be given out. First of all, Fable is not dead. Fable is not dead. And we know that by the number of publishers that approach Microsoft to purchase the IP. And they turned them down. Now, just because it's not out, hold on, the Side Ninja. I'm gonna let Porter Rock Side Ninja speak in a minute, but let me give y'all these L's real quick. Hold on. We know that by the number of publishers and game studios who approached Microsoft to purchase the Fable IP, and Microsoft turned them down. If they turned them down, that means Microsoft has a future and a vision for that game. Now, just because it's not out, just because it's not out doesn't mean it's dead and that's going to come back to life at some point. That's the first one.
Protecting their
Porter Rock. Before we move on for the first point,
Porter Rock. Porter Rock ran from that first point.
You said Phil wasn't focused on major games and studios like that. It took him 3 years to go out into Japan, and you made that a definitive statement. You can't say that because Japan ain't the only country that have game developers. Just because he didn't go out to Japan doesn't mean he wasn't reaching out to game developers.
Around 80% of those Japanese game developers be half-assed, and that's why the games are cheap. And that's why PlayStation throw them at you fools, and y'all want to throw those lists. Tell me, Porter Rock, are you going to buy The Mask of Truth? It came out September 5th. I didn't hear you say anything about it. Are you going to buy Blue Reflection that comes out on the 26th? I ain't heard you say anything about it. Are you going to buy the Killing Harmony, you know what I'm saying, Ragama? Are you going to buy that shit? That shit comes to the U.S. And you know what? The funny thing about it to me is that when you want to bring up that bullshit about sales and numbers and shit, you guys tend to forget about these games that are Japanese titles. Bruh. Because you know that those titles are not going to sell. All you're going to talk about is GT. And you know what? And while you opening your fucking mouth and saying all this shit about what sell and what buy these games and support these games instead of just talking about it and making videos.
They worse than Alex. They defend games that they don't play.
Damn.
Facts.
They defend games. No. Here's the thing. I defend a platform that gives the games they want.
I'm going to support Persona before your motherfucking ass is.
Listen, I'll give you a perfect example. Listen, GT4, Gran Turismo is a big game on PlayStation. I'm not buying it because I'm not into that. But it's there for those that do want it.
Again, your platform is always about sales.
And you can't play. Listen, at the end of the day,
platform's about variety.
You can't play donuts. Listen, at the end of the day, you can't play donuts.
Whoa.
At the end of the day, you have to make the game and give gamers who are interested opportunity. If it doesn't come to the platform at all,
Porter Rock, you have a platform to the PlayStation fans. Please make them aware of Mask of Truth and tell them to go support that Japanese title. But you didn't, and you haven't. You ain't even know about this goddamn game until I brought it up to you. An Xbox dude. Lame ass.
Finish him.
Let's talk about it.
You have no whatsoever.
I talked about these games 3 weeks ago on GRG. Nobody ain't brought up. None of you PlayStation dudes brought up these games. None of y'all. I'm bringing them up. Go support them. Y'all ain't buying these motherfucking games. Y'all buying the fucking Destiny and loving it, but y'all loving y'all casuals. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm over here talking about real motherfucking games. I'm talking about Halo Wars 2. Oh, that nobody don't care about no RTS. Nobody don't love that shit. That shit garbage. I spent motherfucking $90 on that bitch and love it. I support my motherfucking games. I got a PlayStation sitting right there with 100 goddamn motherfucking titles on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And do I play it all the time? No, but I still support the platform because I'm a gamer. Fuck being a YouTuber first.
Yeah, they trash Microsoft and they console about not selling in Japan, and then turn around and trash them Microsoft again for not going to Japan and sucking up to these developers that don't have their games on the system. I mean, come on now.
Y'all made my lady come in here and look at me like I'm crazy. Shit, over here talking that wild shit. Support the motherfucking games. Y'all gonna talk about
the games, you know? But unlike you, I don't just play them. I don't buy them. I actually play them.
Just like that.
I just don't try to buy.
You can see.
Let me tell you something. This is gonna be the difference between me and you. This is the difference. When I get my Xbox, I'm not gonna brag to people that I got it. I'm just gonna play it. And if people so happen to ask me that I got it, I got it.
I'm just letting you know. I'm gonna get it first.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I just feel you just got your PlayStation just so you can say you got a PlayStation. No, you don't really play it. It's just a talking point. Shit.
Well, you know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Gameplay. Why do I show gameplay?
I don't care.
Why do I show gameplay? Why do I even buy games on the damn thing?
You beat these games. I just think it's a talking point. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because when I hear you talk about PlayStation, well, you know, I didn't buy it on my PlayStation. I bought it on my PC. And I'm thinking, goddamn, but
for other games, like I was gonna buy Nier Automata on
you do
because I was gonna get better textures on it and like that.
You can get better textures on the PC than a lot of Xbox games over the last 2 years. That's what's funny. You do shit to me. And listen, most people feel that you only bought that PlayStation just so you can say you got it, so you can have some credibility. That's it.
You know what? That's funny because y'all can try to fill my pockets all day.
Oh man, I got 100 games I bought, but you play like 3 of them. Then what's the fucking point? I'm buying 100 games.
My games is played. So
for that, you don't even play. Don't even
got an Xbox.
You know what I'm saying? So when I do, it ain't gonna be a talking point. It's gonna be a talking point.
He's saying that I couldn't say that even when I bought my child.
One at a time.
You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between me and you.
Come on, no.
You know what I'm saying?
The difference to me?
You know what I'm saying? To me, that's sad. That's just sad. To me, I think you just do things just for a show.
Hold up. One at a time.
P-Rock. How you gonna sit here and bring up some shit about what I got over here when I can turn it on right now and play something when I have? You can see me on motherfucking PlayStation.
But you don't. You talk about it.
Okay, when was the last time did you see me on PlayStation? When was the last time you see me on PlayStation?
I don't even see you on it, period. I don't know what you do. You hide your trophies. You know what I'm saying? You talk about 100 games, but you don't talk about what games you beat. I don't know anything.
Let me explain that for you. I sit here and I opened up and I said, hey, I went to, and maybe that was my first mistake when I went to Bang Bang and said, hey, look, man, I'm trying to play some people maybe on PlayStation. Here's my gamer tag. So I go up in there, I sit there and I'm playing Drive Club. And I start accepting a couple of friends. And the first thing that I get, I just got my PlayStation, just got it, like 20 minutes. And I sit there and cracked it open, did all the shit, put the game in, got the games. Well, it was longer than 20 minutes because I had to download those games. But after that, I got the games downloaded, started playing Drive Club, and somebody came in there and started posting on Bang Bang. Oh, look at his achievements. Look at his trophies. He's only played 20 minutes. I'm like, I just started playing. Then I said, you know what?
The goalpost has been moved.
And that's what Porter Rock tried to do. I know you learned that strategy from
the goalpost has been
that's just bullshit. Listen,
but this is the fact.
That's just weak.
This is the fact.
Look, let me touch on that point. I'm gonna touch that last point. All right. When I got my Xbox, I'm gonna start out with 0 achievements because I created a gamer tag, Porter Rock 77, brand new, 0. I don't give a fuck if people is going to expose me. Oh, you only have 100. I don't care because at the end of the day, as long as you just keep playing the console, you keep it real, it's going to show in the long run.
Hold on.
That's it.
How's it going to show in the long run?
Play the shit.
Let me say
by
this.
The flow when people know you're playing,
talking about playing the shit.
One at a time.
They can't touch me. They can't touch me.
And listen, at the end of the day, if you don't listen, here's the rule.
When you see I got gameplay,
I will have more respect. Yo, listen, I will have more respect if you would have just not bought the PS4.
I don't give a fuck about your respect.
And then why you trying to convince me what you buy then?
You
trying to talk to me. So then don't try to convince me what you buy.
And you brought up about games that you don't support that you don't even fucking know about. That's what that game that you
Hold on. Listen, I'm interested in what I'm interested. I'm interested in what I'm interested in.
You know about these games.
All right. I'm interested in what I'm interested in. Listen, I'm interested in what I'm interested in. All right. How about this? How about this? I beat Neo. You bought Neo. Did you beat it?
Oh man!
Then shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! And that's one of the best games this year, period. One of the best games.
I said it's a great game. So what if I haven't beat it?
I played it. Bro, go away.
I played it. Nigga, shut up, man. Shut your old ass.
Hold on. Let me interject. Hey, who you bullshitting, bro? Let me interject real quick. Hold up. I want to bring up one point. No, my last point. One last point. I know it's how everybody rags on me because I talk about Xbox and not only one, but Post-Up talks about PlayStation. He doesn't own a PlayStation.
Oh, shit.
Exactly.
Hold on. Let me interject. And I put that out there. I told the public that. I told them that I don't own the PlayStation and I speak. Hold on. I told them that I speak from the point of the outside looking in, and I'm only giving my opinion. Opinion is not true. Opinion is not true.
What you say?
And I say that too. Post-Up, I say that too. Here's the funny part. No, here's the funny part. I actually don't even talk about the console or the games themselves. I talk about men in suits.
You talk about numbers.
Starts crying.
You talk about
he cries because I make fun of people.
You talk about people. Xbox people need to support Japanese games. How about you tell your own people to support Japanese games?
I didn't say that. I said Phil Spencer.
Do you know about Killing Harmony?
That's what I said.
Do you know about Killing Harmony coming to the PlayStation on the controls?
Q-Tip, bro.
I
got this. Spend money on Q-Tip to clean your ears.
Can I interject?
Phil Spencer. I didn't say you guys don't support Japanese games because there's no way because he's not even bringing them to you. I said Phil Spencer needs to go out and give you guys Japanese games.
Right now,
can I interject?
You know why?
I'm playing
goddamn
game. Can I interject? Talking to a dude who's here full of what I interject. Don't even hear. Can I interject? Bullshit. Let me interject. Talking about.
I love the hate.
Y'all motherfuckers bugging. Let me interject. Y'all bugging. Hold on. This motherfucker's dementia. Alzheimer's is kicking in, bro. Fuck out of here. And it's crazy, though. Yeah, I mean.
Your fake timers is rolling.
Let me interject.
Talk about motherfucking.
What's crazy is
motherfucking shit. We want to talk about.
Listen. All right, now
afraid to support your PlayStation brand.
I just came back, right? I went to check on my ailing grandmother, give her insulin shot. I come back to this shit. This is sheer mayhem.
Hold on.
Hold on now.
I want to interject because it's crazy. Porter Rock said that when he was on the show where I told the chat that I didn't own a PS4. I made that known. I made that known on a couple of podcasts. I have I ain't scared to say I don't own a PlayStation 4.
The views and opinion of Post Rock.
My views and opinion of the PlayStation 4 is, as I said before, is from the outside looking in.
Let's go to the chat.
My second point. Hold on. My second point. We want to sit up here and talk about these Japanese games. In the 360 hours, the 360 was getting a lot of Japanese game. And what y'all excuses then was, well, I don't know where y'all getting all these Japanese games. Y'all won't play them. Now we in another era and we not getting the Japanese games. Y'all want to cry about us not having them. What's it going to be? No, bullshit. I'm going to call you bullshit on that one. What's it going to be? No, I'm going to call you bullshit on that one. No, I'm going to help you out. We're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it then. Listen, most of the 360 owners were from the fucking PlayStation 2. They left PlayStation 2 because 360 had better Japanese support.
Oh man!
Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that out of him?
I think nigga broke his mic.
Fuck did you? I can't hear him.
That motherfucker went crazy. He
can't hear you, bro. We can't hear you.
He combusted.
What you talking?
He combusted.
Listen, I ain't rated D, bro. You talking to a beast? What you talking to? I can't hear you. Can you repeat what you said? That's the bullshit. Can you repeat what you said? Of 360 owners are PlayStation 2 motherfuckers. No. You mean no? Prove it. Prove it. You're gonna have to prove that. You're gonna have to prove that. You're gonna have to prove that. You gonna have some of the don't just throw that out there. Don't just throw that out there because if that's the case, don't just throw that out there. You're gonna have to prove that because if that's the case, that would be like saying that the Xbox owners help to the PS4. I'll help you. So would you say? Hold on. So would you say that Xbox? Hold on. So question, P-Rock. Question, P-Rock. Can you do some math? Bro, you know? Question, P-Rock. So would you say that the number of Xbox owners that moved from the Xbox One over to PS4, was it because of multi-platforms and the games playing better, or was it because of fucking Japanese games? I can help you. Because a motherfucker tried to sell you a $500 camera that people wasn't feeling. That's why he didn't listen. That motherfucker didn't even have the common sense to add backwards compatibility. At the very least, you could transfer 360 over to Xbox One. He didn't even give you that. So why the fuck were people going to pay $500 for?
Hey, okay, Porter Rock. Let me just make this point. You know what I'm saying? So all day in EVP.
Hold on, let's go. Because I don't
for the trunk. Look, let me explain.
Go ahead, K-Mac.
Since of course Xbox supposedly have no games, and you know what I'm saying, we don't support and things of that nature. Okay, that's fine. You can say that. So why is it that PlayStation is having their last AAA title to come out, you will not support, but yet all of us on this panel that are Xbox supporters will go get, you know what I'm saying, GT. I mean, I'm sorry, not GT, but we'll get Forza. Why is that? Why are you not supporting the brands? Why?
I can help you because I can't stand racing games. The fuck? I'm supposed to listen.
Did you get Drive Club?
Listen.
Did you buy Drive Club? Did you show? Did you talk about Drive Club?
Told you.
Did you talk about their numbers?
What kind of point are you trying to make?
I just told you I don't like racing games, and you're asking me about Drive Club. Okay. I just told you I don't like racing games. Why would you ask me?
Well, because I want to ask you this one more question. I just want to ask you one more question, bro. I want to ask you. So why is it that you have brought up sales numbers regarding these racing games if you don't like them? Why would you bring up about? What would you bring about GT? Or what would you bring up GT?
Not only that,
about how it's the most successful Halo.
Oh, simple.
Halo,
I can
how would you prove that?
Okay. Not only that, K-Mac. Hold on. Not only that, Go P-Rock. Listen, I help you. No, number one, because when I talk about sales, I'm not bragging on whether a game was good. It's just a conversation on the topic of playing. Number one, that's it. It's just a factual information. It's just a number. Number two, when we talk about sales of games, it's the main reason why you'll get a sequel or you won't get a sequel.
Mike.
Right. Okay, as I said, when you talk about sales, that's the main difference of getting a sequel or not getting a sequel.
Okay, but let me ask you one more question, please. This is why you never should come into the Thunderdome with K Mega. That's why
get out of here, bro. Listen, bro, you're not even in the major leagues here.
Let me just make this point to you. Bro, I'm not trying to be confrontational. I'm just saying. Okay, so why is it that you just went at post up about him not having an Xbox? He can't talk about it. You don't support racing games. Why bring up the racing games? So you're a fan.
I got an Xbox.
No. I'm just saying.
I don't have no PS4, but I got access to PS4.
Yeah, well, no, I know, but I know that. It doesn't really matter in that aspect. But I'm just going to Porter Rock's language. Porter Rock just went to you post up, did he not? And he just said you shouldn't even be bringing up.
No, I did not say that either. No, I didn't say that either. I asked.
We all listen.
Yo, you need to go to a doctor. I said, why do people rag on me for not owning an Xbox, but they leave post up alone? That's when I fucking said,
okay, fine.
What are you doing, Porter Rock? What are you doing live on there? I made a statement live on a podcast to the whole chat that I did not have a PS4. I made that statement clear. I say that all the time, and I do even one up. I even do one up. Not only do I tell people I don't own an Xbox, I don't give my opinion
on games or the console itself.
Okay.
I talk about
Okay,
numbers.
now
I talk about business. I don't say never listen. Never on this podcast did I say Halo sucks. Never I said that.
This podcast,
games or people shouldn't buy an Xbox One. I never said that.
And I only speak about
that's not my lane. I don't do that.
I only speak about Sony side in the context of what the show might be set up around. If Z asks questions about Sony, then I'm gonna give my opinion, and it will always be from the outside looking in. And to what you said, Porter, right? I do not see PS2 fans moving over to the 360 in the era of the cell broadband engine and 1080p.
I'm gonna help you. All right, no, I'm gonna help you out, Post Up. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out.
Talk to me about it, brother. Educate me.
I'm about to educate you, right?
Let's get it.
You ready to get this education?
Let's get it.
Welcome to Math 101.
Let's get it.
You ready? How many units did the PS2 sell?
Hundreds of my million.
It's 150 million.
120, 150, something.
How many units did the PS3 sell?
90 million or something.
Yeah, do the math. Where the fuck did all the 70 million go?
So you think so?
Let me know with that. Keep in mind 70 million. How many sales did the OG Xbox had? Like 20 million.
25.
Yeah. How many sales did the 360
that
sell?
would be diverted.
Like 80 to 90.
That's it.
Where did listen. You want to
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Student, don't interrupt the teacher, please. All right. So
Well, this class is already failed. I'll just go to another class.
PS3 lost 50 plus, 60 plus million. 360 gained 50, 60 million.
Okay.
Coincidence? Coincidence? There you go. That's it. Numbers don't lie, bro. That's it.
You cannot say because the PS3 didn't match the PS2 numbers that those games just
the numbers match.
Players defected to the 360.
The numbers match. The drop in PlayStation sales balances out the rise in 360 sales. It balances out.
But another
let me help you out. Not only that, you're talking about cell broadband. Listen. Majority of PlayStation 2 gamers, a lot that went to 360, the main reason why am I going to pay $600 for Grand Theft Auto 4 when I could pay $400 for Grand Theft Auto 4?
But
that was the whole main reason why Xbox went after
I know gamers in that era that was still content with their PS2 that didn't move over to the 360 or the PS3. What are you talking?
Come on, the numbers don't lie.
You're talking about, bro.
All right, the numbers don't lie.
Bugging, bro.
Hold on. I got a question. You cannot prove that. I just did. I just gave you the numbers.
I got a question.
You're making, you know what you're doing.
Let him go. Let him go. Porter, I got a question.
You're doing the Pactor right now.
You post up. Let him do the talk.
I got this. I got a question. You said about 20 minutes ago in your bullshit rant that the reason that the people moved from the PS2 to the 360 was because they was getting Japanese games, right? That's what you said, right?
No, I didn't say that.
So the reason
you did say something.
I didn't say that.
Keep it 100. You was like, they getting all these Japanese games.
Listen. I'm gonna help you out.
Master, you had
hold up. Stop. Because you're doing Xbox tap.
We want to take my question.
Let me help you out. No, before you ask the question.
My question.
No, wait.
My question.
Before you go on. That's one of the reasons.
No. You've That's been one of the questions this whole time. You've been talking like you know facts. So I'll answer this question.
Let's talk about it.
People moved from the PS3 or the PS2 to the Xbox 360 because they was getting Japanese games.
One of the reasons.
Why did the Xbox 360 people move to PS4? Was it because they was getting shooters? Because that's what
I can help you out.
That shit,
I just answered that.
I'm asking why is that correlation based on Japanese games?
I'm gonna answer that question.
Z, we ran the tape, Z.
I'm gonna answer that question. I already told you. I already said it like 5 minutes ago. Do you guys not listen? Because motherfucking 360 gamers didn't want to pay $500 for a fucking camera. They're not idiots. I just answered that 5 minutes ago.
Well, not all of them are idiots.
You also getting a case of Alzheimer's? I just said that.
For what camera?
That was the main reason. $500 for a fucking camera. Like, what the fuck?
So the PS3, the PS2 gamers, because you was like, also, and let's go back, 2 weeks when you were talking about how the PS2 was outselling the 360 because it was cheaper and all that garbage. So again, if the PS2 was selling because it had all the games and it was cheaper, how did that suddenly become, I need to buy this Xbox, even though we weren't buying the original Xbox? Now all of a sudden,
because PlayStation 3.
I can help you out with that.
I can help you out with that too.
PlayStation
PS3 was $600, and you can play the same games for $4, even as low as $3 if you didn't want a hard drive. I mean, is this something I really got to teach you? Do I really have to, do we really have to have this conversation?
Please teach
me. Do we have to teach you this?
You went back and you said
this is simple. Grand Theft Auto 4. Hey, if you want to play Grand Theft Auto 4, listen. Grand Theft Auto 4. Here's another thing. Let me ask you something.
Wait, hold on.
Let me bring up the last point. Japanese games was also, listen, I'm going to bring up one last point, another point. Japanese games was such a pivotal point for Peter Moore. He felt that's also a strategy he needed, that he paid money to help build Mistwalker Studio.
Facts.
Mistwalker Studio came from Microsoft money. Lost Odyssey, a game that K-Mega loved playing, right? When it came 360. Say thank you, Peter Moore. Say thank you, Peter Moore, because he put the millions to help build Mistwalker. That's what I'm saying.
I never said I don't
felt that Japanese game.
I've never said
don't try to pay me in
Hold on. Clean up the panel. One at a time.
Don't try to pay me in a box that I'm saying that's the only reason. I'm just saying that is a reason.
Puerto Rock and K-Mega. Please allow each other to talk. Let Puerto Rock finish his explanation, and then K-Mega, you chime in. We got to clean up the panel. It's too convoluted.
Okay. Here's the thing. You guys trying to pay me in box, and I don't know why you Xbox dudes do this. It's always more than one reason to a success of a brand. It's not just one specific reason. That's not how it is. It's not as black and white as that.
Nobody's
Japanese games, in the box. Japanese games. Maslin just tried to do that, saying that was the only reason PS2 gamers were. No, there's multiple reasons, but Japanese games was one of the reasons. Fucking PS3 launch.
Nobody's paying you to the box. You
just try that.
Deflect once you're asked the question. No, that's not the only
deflect. I answered it straight up. I said it was a reason. I answered your question. You stood quiet. I answered it. Did I not?
Okay, K-Mega, respond to Puerto Rock.
Oh, I didn't even hear what he said because he wasn't. I mean, because it wasn't towards me because I know it.
Okay, I would say this. I would definitely say this. The Japanese games that the 360 got, it was a response to Microsoft trying to gain a foothold in Japan. You know what I'm saying? That's all that was. This generation, I think, since the US has became one of the bigger markets for gaming, I think Microsoft has been more focused on that market than they have in the past in relation to the Japanese market, since the console is still not doing well there. In regards to PS2 players defecting over to the 360 because of Japanese games, I still don't agree with that. That just sounds like bullshit. It is a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because those Japanese games still didn't sell well on the 360.
Listen,
Odyssey didn't
sell well.
Listen, hold up. Listen, the numbers match, bro.
Bro, they was banning the Japanese games on the PS3, bro.
Then explain to me.
Games were selling on the PS3, bro.
Post up. PS2 sold 150 million. PS3 ended up selling like 80 million. Where did the 70 million PS2 fans go? Did they die?
It's hard to say that.
There's only two consoles.
You know
what? A lot of choices.
It's not only two consoles.
70 million went to PC.
Bro, I was still playing Crimson Skies on my OG Xbox back in there because the OG Xbox Live was still
bro.
Come on now, bro.
That's not everybody, man.
Hold on.
You can't equate everybody to your experience.
Like you say, hold on. I'm not playing everything to my experience. I said I know people who were still content with the PS2 and that didn't move over to the PS3 or 360. They was content playing those games on the PS2.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Those 70 million could have went anywhere. They could have stayed. They could have split. We don't know. He's doing a Pactor. He's doing a Pactor. He's making.
I'm not going to Pactor.
You doing a Pactor, bro?
I'm not going to Pactor.
Because you can't definitively say what them people.
Yes, I can. Because there's people who own Xbox One that never owned an OG Xbox.
Show me a link with a
good chart. OG Xbox. OG Xbox only sold 25 million, and it jumped in just one gen to 80 million.
Bro, that didn't have nothing to do with
60 million gamers.
That didn't have nothing to do with
which just so happened, coincidentally, in that same gen, PlayStation lost 60 to 70 million.
The PlayStation
Come on, bro.
PlayStation still won the gen.
And coincidentally,
PlayStation still won the gen, though, bro.
It's the same gen. Peter Moore was able to acquire Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto, a PlayStation game.
Those games
listen.
They were still on the PS3 though.
Final Fantasy, a PlayStation game, and he was able to do all that at a cheaper price.
Them games was
you didn't have to pay $600. You didn't have to pay $600 to play those games. You could pay $400 to $300 to play those same games. Come on, bro.
Let's do this.
You don't need to
take a page out of your book. I'm gonna take a page out of your book. I'm gonna take a page out of your book.
So you're saying right?
Hold on, K-Maga. I'm gonna take a page out of your book then, since we always have this debate with multi-platforms versus exclusives, because those multi-platform games you just named was on the PS3, and even in that era, Sony fans felt as though that Sony had the best exclusives in regards to what Microsoft was putting out. So you said that those PS2 Sony fans chose the 360 over the PS3 over multi-platform games?
Okay, let me help you out. You ready? Okay, those games were exclusive, right? Then they became multi-plat. And those multi-plat games, even though they're no longer exclusive, those are games PlayStation 2 gamers loved. All right? They love those games, all right? On top of that, look what the fuck Sony launched. They launched with MotorStorm, Resistance, and Heavenly Sword. Resistance. Sony fans weren't shooters, but they want to launch with a shooter. Yet Microsoft, in the first year, they had a game made from the creator of Final Fantasy, which was Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon. What do you think of Listen, and on the real post,
they didn't sell well, though.
What do you think of PlayStation 2?
Blue Dragon
they didn't sell well, though.
Listen, what do you think a PlayStation 2 is going to be more attractive? So if you're a PlayStation 2 gamer, right, and you see two consoles, one $600 with MotorStorm, Resistance, and GTA Devil May Cry, and then for $400, you still got your Final Fantasy, you still got GTA, you still got your fucking Devil May Cry, and you got Lost Odyssey, and you got Blue Dragon, and you got Halo, and you got BioShock. The console was getting third-party support that wasn't on PS3, and you could do it for $200 cheaper, maybe even $300 if you don't want a hard drive.
Okay.
Or you could pay $600 from a company to try to convince you to work 2 fucking jobs.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Porter Rock.
Them numbers is you're still not. Them numbers is not adding up, bro. Because
I want to ask Porter Rock another legitimate question.
You cannot definitively say I know where 70 million gamers
can you give me?
You can't do that.
Porter Rock,
I just did, bro. If you don't want to
do that,
if you want to play, go ahead, man.
I need a link. Show me a pie chart. I need a link.
Post up, chill.
Show me a link for where Microsoft said that Sony was trying to take over the living room.
Okay, let me just say this. Okay, all right, Porter Rock, you seem to be very fluent when it comes to numbers and things like that. And you said that when gaming, because how the PlayStation is selling and they brought the sequels and things of that nature. So could you give me a time when the Japanese games had the worst week in history? When was that? Was it during the PlayStation 2? Was it during the PlayStation 3 era?
The worst what? The worst? What do you mean the worst week?
The worst week in the history of Japanese game sales ever. Was that during the PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3 era?
I'm not sure. I don't have that info.
Okay, well, it was during the PlayStation 4 era. And what's really funny is that because well, I know I was trying to call him out because I was trying to see if he was going to bullshit, right? Well, that's good that you didn't, because the fact of it was May 22nd, 2015, and that was the start of a lot of these Japanese games that were coming out that nobody wasn't buying because there was thought that, like, with Konami and all these other games that they weren't, they were going to start going mobile, that it was about to be a turn. And even Japanese gamers, they're aging, they're not looking at it, they're going more to mobile, they're not looking at things of that nature. So the question that I'm asking is that you brought up earlier about these sequels came out because they sold well. That's not the case.
No, sequels come out because they make profit. That's the reason why they last.
Okay, so all right. So you telling me? You're telling me a game like no, hold on. Let me so you're telling me a game like Guilty Gear that only sold like 500 or some thousand copies. That game was warranted to be a success.
Yeah, it's profitable. If they made more money than they spent developing it, then it's a success.
Listen,
okay, look. All right, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Man, kill that nigga, man.
Let me finish. I'm MVP. Let me finish. So I'm just going to ask this question because, I mean, if you go by and talk about how some of these PlayStation dudes, including Porter Rock, come out and say, well, 500 and some thousand copies, 500 to 700,000 copies is trash. It's dead in the water. We're talking about games like Recore, other games of that nature. So why
they spend a lot of money on Recore? They spend a lot of money on the marketing for that and shit like that. That's where it becomes an L. Because
they didn't market
these Japanese games, they come out like farts. Nobody really knows they're there.
All right, hold on.
So
I'm gonna make it simpler. I'm gonna make the answer simpler.
Right.
I'm gonna make it simpler. All right. If a game like Persona sells 1 million, 1.5 million, it's profitable. That franchise lives on. If fucking Uncharted 5
Persona never hit that into recently.
I know, even let's say 800, because most of the time the game usually sells only 800,000.
Persona really ain't hit it. Okay, go ahead.
Long story short, they make money off that game. All right. If Uncharted 4 only sold 1 million, hell, only 2 million, it would be a failure. Because there's a bigger budget. It's it's profit. It's about profit.
I understand that, but how is it that you think that Recore is? We all know when we play it and when we look at it, that game is not a true. It's not a AAA. Why do y'all?
Microsoft marketed it like it was.
They didn't market that game as a AAA. Why are you lying, MVP?
Those adverts and stuff. They
can have a commercial about the game or they advertise it on YouTube, but that game wasn't heavily advertised. Me and Z could attest to that because we was on BGST and we were on other video. Like, why are you not promoting these games like that? You know what I'm saying? Recore is a Japanese game and it needs to be advertised. I was all in the forefront of it. People can go back to last year when I started talking about Recore and saying people need to go ahead and buy and support it because they're not advertising it enough. So I don't know.
You saying that. I do.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing of it is that they weren't advertising that game enough, but it's still sold. It's sold around 500,000 to 700,000, and y'all considered that to be.
It didn't even do that. It didn't do that.
You're going about just 100 sales. You're going.
I'm gonna tell you. From what I got from Recore, all right. Now, is this again? This is all speculation from.
Well, I'm just going by other games.
I know, but listen, I know from what I got, the information I got, Recore, it's around 250K. I doubt Recore's profitable at that amount.
But that's only definitely about
very few games are profitable at 250.
Yeah, but you got
maybe the Square you square titties. Maybe that game could survive.
That game fucking sucks.
Persona sold 200. Persona, like the older Persona, sold around 200 and some thousand. I'm sorry, some thousand.
Getting tonight. Hold on, we can say like this, man.
What are you talking about? So if that's not profitable, how can not Recore?
Persona usually averages around 700K.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does, sir.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does.
Oh shit, dude.
Yes, it does.
It's like it's usually $500,000 plus.
All right,
ladies and gentlemen, right? I have over 200 people here watching this.
I gotta get Coop.
Are you not? I give you guys 45 extra minutes of the multi. If we not this thing up to 150 likes, are you not entertained? There was so many L's given tonight. It was black on black crime. I had to knock my man. I had to slump his big ass. I had to slump top on him, man. Came in, when a cat to save home. We can see you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Excellent show. We enjoyed doing them. Give everybody here a round of applause today, man.
Woo! Hey, I just want to say I love you, motherfuckers, right?
Oh yeah,
you was my family, bro.
Yo, I got love for everybody
all day.
You might disagree. It might sound like we at each other now.
Yeah, we love this.
But I got love for all y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his sources tell him 250K. But listen,
this boy just throwing out random numbers, bro. This boy.
I'm about here, man. Shout everybody.
That motherfucker said 250K.
That boy Porter Rock a historian, bro.
All right, go ahead, Z.
No, you want to say something? Go tell everybody.
God bless everybody. Good night.
Hit you with the Russ. Thanks for coming out. God bless. They know, Z. Well, the super chat is your friend. Drop $2 in super chat. I got about these niggas dinner tonight, man.
PC lives matter, baby. PC lives matter.
Listen, the multiplayer podcast.
Hey, Record fucking sucks.
Listen, you would not find a show on YouTube.
But do I really have that?
Was
that just bullshit? No, y'all don't know. I don't mind. I love the motherfucking hate. I love it.
Record dope.
That nigga been drinking. Of course, I hate.